Dead men are heavier than broken hearts. And I don't think this is a free game.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny. Sonny Featherland. An investigator for 20 years. And once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department. One half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit.
That picture.
The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
The last clucking color. Wonder if that's like swearing in chicken talk. But I think the last like noir type game that we played was
Still, what do I expect?
Tex Murphy.
We're living in a vast experiment and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago.
Yeah, it's definitely a swear word.
In this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep. Chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure. Why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything. Clawville City. Rourke District. Oh, it's a deer. Or is that a gazelle? In a dress.
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
I love the way that the detective talks, like in these noir games. I wonder, like, how that came about. All right, click on. You said she's not a zebra. I guess it's because of the light was painting stripes on her or something. All right, let's click on her. Speak.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Oh, you guessed Elizabeth or Charlotte. Deborah sounds kind of sophisticated.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
A little bit.
That's my job. But
It's a little awkward.
You've invited yourself
The human
in.
bodies.
Would you like a drink?
It's really weird with the human bodies and the animal heads. It's kind of like, it's kind of reminding me of Hotline Miami for some reason.
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
Some sherry.
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Huh. Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
New codex entry.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Oh, all right. Well, we had a drink.
I
What's
wanted
this?
to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not. Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
Oh, do I actually have to dial? Oh, I do. All right. I don't know any numbers.
I don't even know what these papers are. We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight.
Which one is his partner?
The Wild Gentleman. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
All right. So what information do we get from her? All these are what we clicked on so far. So this is just basically just an information database. It's basically what a journal is, I guess. She runs errands for her employer, a sophisticated lady, but I don't think she's from a particularly wealthy or influential family. Oh, she's an Impala. Gender female, special feature, pretty and fragile, nothing too special.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
What the cluck? I think I'm gonna start saying that. So what else?
That's better.
Wait,
Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig
There we
a
go.
little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
is this where I get to interrogate her? Questioning. All right, we'll do that. Let's question her. The victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written. Wonder how I interrogate her. Oh, there we go. Question. Focus on what you know about the subject or suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. John Doe. The fella is rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. Focus suspicious. Alright. He is suspicious. I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? Alright.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Now, I say we start off strong. What exactly are you, ma'am?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm an Impala.
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, This is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Alright, here we go. A new clue. New impression, doubtful. Tell me which part of the city you live in. Calavera Hills, Flowerville, maybe. You're not very confident. Are you sure you're alright? So she's more doubtful than shy, I guess. Let's ask her what city she lives in.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Alright. Well, I guess... Stop playing the Frightened Prey, Sunshine, and start singing. Why did you have to visit me on this particular evening? Yeah, that seems better.
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Alright, there we go. Still doubtful. Frightened. Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself? Do you even know what you want? Were you born and raised in Clawville? Do you even know what you want?
Do you even know what you want?
I'm very sorry, Mr. Featherland. I thought...
Oh, that might have been too
You come
mean.
in here, swaying your lovely hips like some kind of femme fatale. Make me have a drink with you, and expect me to believe everything you say?
Yeah, it's a little too... That was a little too much.
I'm making you drink?
Well, okay, sweetheart. You had no hand in that.
I'm sorry I wasted your time,
Damn
Mr.
it.
Featherland.
Too much. Too much. Alright, let's slow things down a little bit. Were you born and raised?
Born and raised in Clawville?
Why do you ask?
I couldn't think of anything better.
Well, I'm not from around here. I'm from Grassmore. Maybe you could hear I have a slight accent. Do you know where it is?
Where what is?
Grassmore, of course. You just asked.
Oh, that. Don't worry about it. I'm not interested.
Huh. Do you like to play with other animals?
Oh, for the wild ones. Am I that transparent?
I'm afraid so.
Well, I'm a little rusty, it seems. Let's change the subject, shall we?
Oh, damn it. This is the only thing I can ask her. Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer
Why
herself?
did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
There we go.
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
There we go. Alright, so she's hiding something. I'm sure it's not intentional, but are you toying with me? How did you get this address? What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me? What do you want from me? Alright, let's ask her, how'd you get this address?
You know, my mistress has exceptional connections.
If they were so exceptional, she wouldn't have chosen me.
Don't be so hard on yourself,
Self-roast.
Detective. You were the
Roasted
head
chicken.
of the famous chicken police. Am I right?
Was it a raccoon with a scarred face called Zip who recommended me? He hates me.
No, Mr. Featherland. I don't know anyone like that.
Lucky for you, Deborah.
What exactly... What do you want from me?
What do you want from me?
Me?
Oh, don't be silly, Deborah. I mean your employer. I was just talking to myself out loud.
Well, Miss Katsenko thinks you're a great detective, and you're also reliable. That's why I came.
Did she also give you the lockpick?
Please, could you let this go? I'm really embarrassed.
Sorry, sweetheart. I'm just teasing you. As soon as I saw you, you were forgiven.
That's very nice of you.
It has nothing to do with being nice, Deborah, but you're welcome.
Alright, there we go. There we go. Have you ever felt truly vulnerable? Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious? Oh man. This one might be a little bit too personal. Have you ever felt
yeah, truly vulnerable?
Honestly, very often, Mr. Featherland.
Great, because that's exactly how I feel right now, Deborah.
I'm sorry if it's too unpleasant for you, but we had no one else to turn to.
You know, I get that a lot, and it never ends well.
Do you like happy endings?
Not in books or movies, but in real life it would be nice for a change. But this is Clawville. Not many happy endings around here.
I knew you were romantic at heart.
If what's between me and my whiskey could be called romance, then yes, maybe. A little.
Alright. -10. Damn it. If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this? Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all? If you won't come clean,
If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland...
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
Please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Damn it. I'm choosing the wrong ones.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Smart answer.
There we go. +10. Be honest and tell me what you are so afraid of.
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid
I guess I don't have to read these.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him...
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Exactly.
Oh, it's a mouse.
God help me.
Ratatouille.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
There we go. Let's see what I got. Oh, damn. 2 out of 5. Damn it. Questions asked 12. Focus accuracy 25%. I could retry. Get a better score. Final thoughts. My detective skills have seen better days, and it's a miracle they didn't kick me out of the forest. Thank the wild gods for small miracles. We got the information at least. But we didn't get there fast enough, I guess. Maybe we could have gotten there with like 6 questions. I think I know when I asked the wrong questions. We could retry it, but we're just going to continue. We'll just deal with the consequences of that. Employer Natasha's current significant other is the infamous gangster Ibn Wessler. Continue. Alright, we got a lot of new information. Mysterious messenger Miss Deborah Ibanez. Employer is a certain Miss Natasha Katsenko. Employer Natasha's current significant other is the infamous gangster. Yeah, we already know that. He's a rat. A male, Hobart Ibn Wessler. And a clucking gangster. What do we do with that?
My
This
wife took all
information.
the good ones. She knew they'd only gathered dust here, and she was right. I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
Well, I guess we just keep talking to her.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
New function inventory. It says, I hear Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman. And
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
Natasha.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Wait, so who's Molly? Is that his ex-wife or partner? Wait, no, I don't think his his partner was named Molly.
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know
Oh,
anything,
okay.
Mr. Santino.
I get it now.
My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Oh, it's a rabbit. Who's this? I'll find Natasha at the Tsar Club. Natasha must know my wife. Yeah, it's his ex-wife from somewhere, or perhaps she has very good informants. I must find out what the connection is. Who's this? Lewis. Lewis is the owner of the reputable Atlas Hotel, a good friend of mine and landlord. He's crazy about detective stories and gladly helps me whenever I ask him. Oh, there's his number, 555-932. Wonder if I have to call him. Oh, there we go. 5 9 3 2. There's only 6 digits.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
Of course not, Sonny.
This is really quiet.
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you,
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
There's only 2 people here?
The good old rabbit. I can always count on him, even on New Year's Eve. Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny.
Thank you, Lewis.
I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah.
There we go. Now we gotta go to the Czar Club.
I need to grab my stuff first.
Pile of papers. Oh no. Our gun? Alright.
She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
My gun and badge.
My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal. My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case.
It'll work in a pinch. People
Before I
don't
visit
ever look at
club,
the...
I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
People never look at the badge anyways. There we got 3 items.
I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now. Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway. Oh man, I totally get you.
Wonder if we can find a light or a lighter somewhere. Oh, we can turn the light on? We've been just talking in the dark this whole time. Main scenes, limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story progression. Closed scenes. Top tip. Pick the next main scene if you are absolutely sure you don't want to visit any other. Alright. I don't think we have any other, like, limited scenes. Yeah, let's go to Clawville PD.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same.
Is that our wife?
And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
Chapter 1, Detour. Awesome. So far, I'm liking
I
it.
knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift. even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
Nice. Who are these two people? Phyllis.
Phyllis and Roy.
Other hedgehogs.
Two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they look. Officious little shitheads, but harmless.
And I'm really liking this setting. I don't know about the characters, it's a little weird, but I think I can get used to it. It's just basically just a noir cop game, but with animal characters. And I like how they're referencing, like, what they are, like what type of animal they are. It's interesting.
Well, look at that.
Oh.
Hey, Sonny.
He's a deep voice.
Over here. I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bird. By the
You
way,
old bird.
you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce. I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
I wonder what he said. I can't tell if it was racist or not because it's animals. Squad
Back in
car.
the day, I used to patrol the city streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages.
Bullet holes.
This happened when that old bloodhound, Blood Boil, was promoted to chief of police.
Shot a bunch of... Shot at the building. That's a nice poster. For the crown, for the king.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back, immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief. Did you miss me? No? Same here.
Wait, did we find out why we were suspended? They may have given us that information. I'm getting so much information right now. It's hard to recollect or remember everything. Phyllis. I thought because of the name Phyllis, I thought it was going to be a female, but it surprised me with his deep voice.
Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
Nice. Well, I think this is where I'm going to end it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll definitely continue this. Very interesting type of game. It's been a while since we've played, like, this is almost like a visual novel than a point and click, like, puzzle solving game. Maybe we'll get to the puzzles, but most of the time it's just like interrogations and a lot of dialogue. But the voice acting is pretty good. I like the aesthetic, if I could talk, the black and white with the occasional color. But yeah, I find it charming. And we'll definitely check it out. Play some more of this. But yeah. You have a good one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.